Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Amazon niche site course. And in today's course, I'll be showing you how to structure your site perfectly so that search engine will understand what your whole site is all about. The reason why structuring is important is this: if there is a particular structure for your site, it is easy for you to build it over time. And aside from it being easy for you to build it over time, it gives search engine the opportunity to look into what your site looks like without having to model up the structure or the architecture of the site. And if you plan your site very well from the get-go, it becomes very easy for you to build it in out. Like over time, you can always add more section, add more category. You know what you are doing. You are definite. It's not like you are just posting everything over the whole place. So what I'll do basically is I'll show you some sites and their structure. Then I'll show you how to go about drawing your own structure for your site as well. So like we always do, I've opened some tab already. So I'll use 3 sites as a case study. I'll use 10beast.com, I'll use thankyourskin.com, and I'll use starworkkit.com. Now, what I want you to understand about the structure of these sites is most of the time the sites we'll be building will not be this big. These are authority sites really. Like they started from a very small point, but over time they've gained authority, so they've built out so much section. So most of the time what we are looking at is about creating a site that has, let's say, two or 3 categories for a start. Then as you progress over time, you increase your category, building upon the existing structure. So let's say, for example, 10beast is one of the examples I've cited over and over again in this course. Now they have 3 main categories. They have the computer and technology, they have the health and beauty, and sports and outdoor. Now the idea is this: if you have a new post idea, if it does not fall into any of these 3 categories, you don't write about it. You want to make sure that whatever you're writing, if you are starting out with 2 categories, it must either fit into one or the second. Or if you are starting with 3, it must either fit into the first one, the second one, or the third one. So basically the idea is this: when you create a structure, let me use this Star Wars Kids as an example now. If you click on this gift ideas for kids, it's a single category on the page on that particular site. Whatever comes up on this page has something to do with gift idea. If you check, you see gifts. Did you see this one? Yes, gift. It will have gifts in it some way, somehow. It's all about gift. So the idea is like you are making a compilation of related posts on a particular page. Let me take that in style. Understand the idea behind creating this kind of structure is like you are making a compilation. Like once you click on a category, this is a single category on the site. This is a gift ideas for kids category. If you have a section of your site dedicated to that, whenever people are searching for gift ideas and they click here, it will bring a compilation of a post you've written about gifts on that particular page. That is the idea behind using category to structure your site. If it's about teen stuff, you click here. So now back to our I was using kitchenware example the other day. I hope you still remember from previous videos. So let's say we've decided that we'll follow that particular example and we'll create a site in that niche. So your typical structure for that kitchenware site might be, I'm trying to trace my step back now. Okay, I think yes, home and kitchen and dining. So typical, yes, I think we were working on bakeware. Yes. So for instance, a single category might be about, for a start, it might be about, let's say, bakeware sets. If you are starting with, let's say, 3 categories and you are in the bakeware niche, it might be about cake pans, bakeware sets, and let's say mixing bowls. So you have cake pan here, like you have a category on cake pan here, you have a category on mixing bowl here, you have a category on which other one again, on bakeware sets here. So whenever people land on your site and click on the bakeware set, it will show them a list of the articles you've written on bakeware set. So it might be best bakeware set for Christmas, best bakeware set for, so that is it. And sometimes the category might not even have more than, let's say, 5 or 6 articles. This one has just 1, and this is a very big site actually. So the point is creating a structure that befits what you envision for the growth of your site. This one, and you don't have to have many categories. 2 or 3 is good for a start. If you have 2 or 3, you are fine. So this particular site has 3 categories. It's very big. So this site is doing about $10,000 per month, by the way. So if you click on the computer section, it will show a compilation of articles that has been written in that section. See, best wireless earbud, best smartwatch, and that basically. And if you click on the health and beauty niche, it will bring up the articles that has been written in that particular section as well. See, just one. So the idea is this: once you're able to select your niche based on the previous videos and guide that we've done, you come to this section and select, let's say, 2 or 3 categories rather. For a start, you can expand over time. Just for a start, you can select 2 or 3 categories. Then you dive deep into that category, because or a better way to do it is this: if you've done your KGR keyword research, you can try and group those keyword into 2 or 3 different categories, right? So let's say you have keywords on bakeware and casseroles, so you can group them into 2 categories. So the aim is either your article fits into this category or it fits into the other category. Now, once you'll be able to sort that out, then you can move on to the other structures of the site. So when you are building out your site, take for instance, this is a big site. They have so many categories. See, they have a category on skin concern, on different diseases of the skin. They have another category on type of skin, if you have a sensitive skin, oily skin, dry skin, etc. The idea is to create, for a start, 2 categories or 3 categories, because you are starting very small. We don't want to exhaust ourselves. So the idea is to create 2 categories or 3 categories and make sure that all the articles that you'll be publishing will fall under either of the 2 categories. So the idea is to section the site into categories, then create pages for each of those categories. So once you've decided that this will be your category, let's say I'm having a site about kitchen bakeware, like we discussed in other videos, and 2 of my section category are bakers and casseroles and baker setware. So I'll create 2 pages on my site. Then I'll write an introduction for it, just like this. Let's say, yes, I'll write an introduction. Like once the page is created, I'll write an introduction for it. It's a very simple one. Let's say 100 or 150 words, something like this. It's just like, okay, this page is all about bakers. It's all about bakeware sets. We have reviewed so many bakeware sets, check through, blah 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 blah, and all that. Then after the introduction, it will contain a compilation of your articles that has been written around bakeware sets. But don't worry yet. Don't worry about how you set the whole page up. There is a video course on that, and I'll share it with you when the time is right. The idea of this video is just to give you insights on how to structure your site. So once you've been able to compile your keywords, let's say once you have like 10 to 20 keywords, basically I advise students to start with 10 to 20 articles. So once you're able to compile up to 10 to 20 keywords, then it's time for you to structure them in categories. You can have 2 or 3 categories. Make sure that each of those keywords fall under a category. They should not overlap. It is either here or there. So that is that about creating categories. So your assignment is basically putting each of your KGR keyword under a category. So if you have 10 keywords already now, based on the previous classes, if you have 10 keywords already, try and make sure that each of the keywords fall under a particular category. Now, once you are done with that, then I would like to talk about some essential pages that you should have on your site. Basically, these are 5 pages. I'll start from the home page, and then I'll end with the home page. The home page is like the front door to your site. Now, there are different school of thought about home pages. Take for instance, this is let me show you an example. There are different school of thought about home pages. Most of the time, some people will build home page to contain their recent article, to display their recent article, while others would build it in a blog. That's what we call blog format anyway. When home page is showing basically new articles every day. If you publish an article, it will go to the home page directly, it will show on the home page directly, stuff like that. But the best style, the best idea for homepage is to create a static homepage with compilation of your important articles. This is what they are doing on 10bits.com, Thank Your Skin. Most of the big sites that you see around, they would create it in such a way that it would be a filtered selection of their most important articles. It will not just be a blog style kind of thing. Don't worry about the complexity of setting it up. There is a video for that as well. Just focus on the thing we are doing right now, understanding the structure, understanding the basis of how a typical niche site is structured. So the home page will be a compilation of your articles. Something like this is like perfect. So see, that's just 4 articles on the home page. Those are the important articles on this site. That is what you should target to do. Create an home page that has like a compilation of your important articles. So once the home page is settled, then the contact us page is important. You want it to look your site to look as legitimate as possible. You don't want to just put it like there, like you don't care about. You want to be as professional as possible. This is a contact us page. I'll show you how to create one of this page, a page like this in the setup session of the training. And aside from that, you need to have, what else again, about us page. Now the about us page is just something very simple, like just what your site is all about, and if you care, you can write about the author. Now there's a school of thought about personnel behind a site, behind a niche site. Most of the time people don't like using their exact name. Most of the time people don't like using their details. Take for instance, if I'm a guy and I happen to have a site about kitchenwares. Now it will be very strange for a guy to be running a kitchenware site. So people take up nickname just to fit into the niche that they are into. So you can just come up with a persona if you don't feel like using your name. But if you feel like using your name, it's no big deal. Just write, okay, this is why I'm inspired to start this site, this is what we write about on this site, and all of that. You can check samples of other popular sites and see what their typical about us page is all about. It's not a big deal, just very simple stuff. And then the category pages, I mentioned this when I was talking about structuring your site. The category pages, this is a typical category page, this is another typical category page. Once you create this page, you put in like 100 words. It's basically an introduction of what the category is all about, what you've written in that category, the kind of stuff that readers should expect in that category. Then once you've written the introduction part, there is a way of filtering out this post so that it will only show posts that are related to that category on that page. So we'll talk about the design and everything in the video, in the section of the training that talks about the setup proper. But this is to give you an idea of what to do. So you can just try and make a note now, probably just write it. This is the structure that you want, so that by the time you get to design, you will know what to do specifically. You will not be that going back and forth. So that is what the category page is all about. And the blog page, now because I encourage having a static home page where you show just important posts, not your most recent article. Anyway, the most important posts on your site, this is what they are doing here. Forget this latest reviews that you see. In fact, this article might be younger than this one. It's just the subheading anyway. So once you have a static page, you have to have a blog page too. There is a way of setting this up on the WordPress dashboard. The blog page usually contains a compilation of your articles that are not review articles. See, when setting up a new site, a niche site generally, you have 2 types of article. We have informational article and review article. Now this is an example of review article, best wireless earbud, because it is reviewing a particular product. Informational article, they are not reviewing products specifically, they are just informing readers about a particular thing. So it is important to strike a balance. We'll talk more about that when we are talking about writing and formatting your content. But just know in your mind that most of the time your blog page will contain a compilation of your informational article. So those are the 5 most important pages to have: the blog page, the category pages. Now the category pages might be more, it's not just one. Remember, it's a category of things. It might be bakeware sets. You might have 2 or more category pages rather, just like they do here. It's a category page. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This one has a whole lot of category pages: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So but for a start, I emphasize on the fact that 2 or 3 is enough. So yes, that is that about that. In the next video I'll show you how to in the next video I'll show you how to write article for niche site. Then once that is done, we'll move on to the next part of the training. See you there.